Narcissism is far more common than most of us realize. In fact, studies suggest that up to 1 in 10 people may exhibit narcissistic traits, and these individuals often cause deep emotional damage. But here's the big question. Have you ever felt like you've been manipulated by someone, and no matter how hard you try, they always seem to win? The constant belittling, the emotional roller coaster. It's exhausting, right? But what if I told you there's a way to completely disarm these toxic behaviors using Stoicism? Today, I'm going to reveal 13 Stoic secrets to help you not just survive, but thrive in the face of narcissistic manipulation. I want to draw your attention to the last 2 strategies. These are the most secretive gems of our list, and trust me, you won't find them in any other video. These are powerful tools that can help you protect your peace, reclaim your strength, and take back control. Leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel to manifest the defeat of the narcissist in your life. Ready to break free? Let's dive in. When you hear the word narcissist, what comes to mind? Someone who's constantly demanding attention, dismissing your needs, and always looking for ways to control the conversation? Narcissists are masters of emotional manipulation. They feed on your reactions, whether it's anger, frustration, or fear. But here's the thing. Stoicism is like a shield. It teaches us how to remain unshaken by the chaos around us and focus only on what we can control: our thoughts, our emotions, and our responses. When you embrace Stoicism, you become unmovable, unaffected by their mind games. You see, Stoicism isn't about being passive or letting things slide. It's about mastering the art of resilience, setting boundaries, and finding inner peace. Narcissists thrive on control, but with Stoicism, you learn how to take that power back. Dealing with a narcissist can feel like you're trapped in a never-ending loop of emotional and psychological turmoil. One moment, they charm you with sweet words, and the next, they tear you down. It's a constant push and pull, leaving you questioning your self-worth. Narcissists thrive on control, using manipulation to make you feel inferior, guilty, or overly dependent on their approval. The hardest part? They make you believe that their happiness, their emotional well-being, depends entirely on you, and when you fail to meet their impossible standards, they punish you with criticism, silent treatments, or emotional outbursts. But the truth is, no matter how much you give, it's never enough. Narcissists are insatiable, and trying to please them is like trying to fill a bottomless pit. They drain you emotionally, mentally, and even physically. This cycle of manipulation can make you feel powerless, trapped, and emotionally exhausted. However, Stoicism gives us the tools to break this cycle. It reminds us that we cannot control the actions of others, only our own responses. This realization alone is powerful. It's the key to breaking free from the toxic grip of narcissistic behaviors. Now, let's break down these 13 Stoic strategies, each one a powerful tool in your arsenal against narcissistic manipulation. These aren't just abstract principles. They are actionable steps you can use to take back control, find peace, and rise above the toxic behavior that has been weighing you down. Let's kick things off with strategy number 1. Detach from emotional manipulation. Narcissists thrive on emotional manipulation. They try to provoke reactions to maintain control. But Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, taught that while we can't control others, we can control our response. By detaching from their emotional games, you starve them of the attention they crave. When they throw accusations or insults your way, pause and remind yourself, this is not mine to carry. Your serenity is in your hands, not theirs. Moving on to strategy number 2, set boundaries without drama. Setting boundaries with a narcissist feels like walking through a minefield, but Seneca reminds us that clear, firm limits are essential. The key is to do it without getting pulled into their drama. Avoid long explanations or emotional outbursts. A simple "no, this is not acceptable," delivered calmly, communicates your boundary. Over time, they'll learn that your limits are non-negotiable. Now, let's take a look at strategy number 3. Cultivate Stoic indifference. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, famously practiced what we call indifference. Not apathy, but the ability to remain unaffected by things outside our control. Narcissists will try to provoke a reaction, but when you practice indifference, their actions become background noise. Imagine them shouting into the wind while you stand firm, centered in your own peace. Their behavior no longer disturbs your equilibrium. Next up is strategy number 4. Focus on your response, not their actions. Narcissists are masters at pushing your buttons, but Marcus Aurelius teaches us that our true power lies in focusing on what we can control, our reactions. When they try to provoke you, remind yourself that your peace is in your hands. By staying calm and composed, you take away the fuel that feeds their fire. Stay grounded in your own response, and you'll find that their actions lose their sting. Let's dive into strategy number 5. Take care of yourself amidst challenges. Stoicism is not just about enduring suffering. It's about thriving in the face of it. Narcissists try to drain your energy, but you must prioritize your well-being. This could mean stepping away from the toxic environment or making time for daily self-care rituals. Your emotional health comes first. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Self-care is about reclaiming that mastery. Now, on to strategy number 6. Find validation within, not from external opinions. Narcissists demand constant validation, often making you doubt your worth if you don't meet their standards. But Stoicism teaches that true validation comes from within. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about you." Focus on your own judgment and values. When you know your worth, you become immune to their manipulations. Moving forward to strategy number 7. Invest emotions where they truly matter. Emotions are precious resources, and Stoicism advises that we invest them wisely. Don't waste your energy on narcissistic games. Instead, redirect that energy toward relationships that nourish you. Ask yourself, is this worth my emotional investment? By doing this, you conserve your strength for the people and pursuits that truly matter. Let's explore strategy number 8. Understand narcissistic behavior is temporary. Nothing is permanent, not even the influence of a narcissist. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Narcissists will eventually lose their grip as you detach and grow stronger. Their behavior is fleeting, but your peace of mind can be enduring if you stay focused on what truly matters. Now, let's discuss strategy number 9. Release resentment for your own peace of mind. Holding on to resentment only ties you to the narcissist. Seneca said, "He who is angry at the things he cannot change will not have a peaceful mind." By releasing your resentment, you reclaim your freedom. This doesn't mean accepting their behavior. It means liberating yourself from the emotional baggage. On to strategy number 10. Prioritize self-care and mental health. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. In Stoicism, caring for your mental and physical health is foundational. Narcissists try to exhaust you emotionally, but your priority should always be self-care. Whether it's meditation, exercise, or simply time away, focusing on your well-being strengthens your resilience. Let's not forget strategy number 11. Silently build a support network. A solid support system is vital. Narcissists often isolate their victims, but you can counter this by building a quiet, resilient network of friends and allies. You don't need to broadcast it. Just surround yourself with people who lift you up. Remember, even the Stoic philosophers leaned on their friendships to grow stronger. Now, let's talk about strategy number 12. Channel energy into personal growth. Instead of wasting energy fighting a narcissist's games, channel it into your own development. Take up new hobbies, work on your fitness, or pursue personal goals. By focusing on your growth, you shift your attention away from them and back to yourself where it belongs. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Prepare yourself for the life you deserve." Finally, we arrive at strategy number 13. Release the need for revenge and focus on moving forward. Revenge may seem tempting, but as Seneca wisely observed, revenge is an admission of pain. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own progress, not on getting back at those who've wronged us. Let go of the desire for revenge. It only keeps you tethered to the narcissist. Instead, move forward with grace and dignity. When it comes to dealing with a narcissist or any manipulative person, Stoic indifference stands out as the ultimate defense. Imagine a life where you're no longer swayed by someone's attempts to control or manipulate you. A life where their cutting words, accusations, or passive-aggressive tactics simply bounce off you, leaving your emotional equilibrium untouched. This is the power of indifference, one of the most profound concepts in Stoic philosophy. Narcissists are experts at exploiting your emotions. They thrive on your reactions, whether it's frustration, anger, or sadness. To them, your emotional responses are like fuel. Every time you get upset, they know they still hold power over you. But when you practice Stoic indifference, you strip away this power. Indifference doesn't mean you stop caring about yourself or the situation. It means you stop giving your emotional energy to things you cannot control. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, understood this deeply. His famous quote, "The best revenge is to be unlike the one who wronged you," encapsulates the essence of Stoic indifference. Narcissists want you to react like they do, impulsively, emotionally, and without reflection. But when you cultivate indifference, you rise above their attempts to bring you down. You no longer play their game. Let's take a step back and explore what indifference means in the context of Stoicism. In Stoic philosophy, the things that happen to us are divided into two categories: those that are within our control and those that are not. According to the Stoics, we should focus only on what we can control, our thoughts, beliefs, and actions, and remain indifferent to everything else, including the actions of others, external events, and even the outcomes of our efforts. For example, you can't control if a narcissist tries to manipulate you, but you can control how you respond. Indifference doesn't mean ignoring them entirely. Rather, it's about maintaining emotional detachment from their provocations. By practicing indifference, you recognize that their words or actions are external. They don't define who you are or affect your self-worth. This concept is often misunderstood. Many people think indifference means becoming cold or apathetic, but it's quite the opposite. Stoic indifference is about cultivating an inner strength and calm that allows you to remain emotionally grounded even in the face of challenges. It's about valuing your inner peace so much that you refuse to let external events or people disrupt it. Narcissists thrive on drama. They create conflict, manipulate situations, and enjoy the emotional turmoil they cause. For them, it's a game in which they hold the upper hand as long as they can keep you emotionally engaged. But when you respond with indifference, the game collapses. It's like trying to play chess against someone who simply refuses to move their pieces. The narcissist becomes frustrated because they no longer have control over you. This is the essence of Stoic power, the ability to remain unaffected by external forces. Narcissists want you to defend yourself, to justify your actions, or to feel guilty. They want you to be constantly on edge, fearing their reactions. But when you adopt indifference, you take back the power. Imagine the peace that comes from simply not reacting to their insults or manipulations. The narcissist tries to push your buttons, but they find that those buttons are no longer connected to anything. You've unplugged the emotional wiring they once controlled. Here's the beauty of indifference. It's a form of liberation. When you stop allowing others to dictate your emotional state, you free yourself from their influence. No longer are you at the mercy of their whims or moods. Instead, you become the master of your own emotions, your own reactions. This is where true freedom begins. Now that we understand the philosophical underpinning of Stoic indifference, how can you apply it in your daily life, especially when dealing with a narcissist? Now that we understand the philosophical underpinning of Stoic indifference, how can you apply it in your daily life, especially when dealing with a narcissist? Let's kick things off with step number 1. Observe your reactions. The first step is to become aware of how you react to the narcissist's behavior. Pay attention to when they trigger an emotional response in you. Do you feel anger rising when they criticize you? Do you feel anxiety when they give you the silent treatment? Awareness is key. By identifying your reactions, you can start to detach from them. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, taught that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Often, It's not the narcissist's words that harm us, but our emotional reaction to those words. Once you recognize that you control your reaction, you can begin to weaken the narcissist's influence over you. Moving on to step number 2. Remind yourself what you can and can't control. Every time you feel yourself getting sucked into the narcissist's drama, take a moment to reflect on what you can and can't control. You can't control their behavior. You can't control their opinions or their criticisms. But you can control your thoughts, emotions, and responses. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By internalizing this Stoic principle, you'll begin to see that the narcissist's actions are just noise, background chatter, that doesn't deserve your emotional attention. Now, let's take a look at step number 3, practice emotional detachment. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop being emotionally reactive. When the narcissist tries to provoke you, take a step back, mentally and emotionally. View the situation as if you were an outsider, detached from the drama. This helps you maintain your calm and prevents you from being drawn into their manipulation. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The narcissist's behavior is an outside event. It's out of your control, but your mind, your reactions are entirely within your control. Next up is step number 4, embrace the power of silence. Narcissists often use arguments and conflict to pull you into their world. They provoke you, hoping for an emotional reaction that they can use against you. But one of the most powerful tools in Stoicism is silence. By choosing not to engage in their provocations, you take the air out of their attacks. The Stoics often use silence as a form of wisdom. When a narcissist accuses or insults you, instead of responding, remain silent. This silence is not passive. It's active, deliberate, and incredibly powerful. It signals that you're not playing their game, that their words have no effect on you. Over time, they will realize that they no longer have the power to provoke you. Finally, we arrive at step number 5, find your inner peace. At the core of Stoicism is the belief that peace comes from within. External circumstances may be chaotic, but your inner world remains calm. This is why indifference is so powerful. It allows you to maintain inner peace even when the narcissist is trying to create chaos around you. Find practices that help you cultivate this inner peace. Meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature can help you reconnect with your inner self. By grounding yourself in this peace, you become less vulnerable to external manipulation. Imagine the liberation that comes when you truly master indifference. The narcissist's power over you fades. Their words lose their sting. Their manipulations no longer control your emotions. You've achieved a level of emotional resilience that allows you to rise above their games. This is the essence of Stoic freedom, emotional independence. When you are indifferent to the narcissist's provocations, you become untouchable. Their attempts to control or hurt you fall flat. Instead of being caught in their toxic web, you stand outside of it, calm, composed, and in control of your own emotions. But more than that, indifference frees you to live your life on your own terms. You're no longer reacting to someone else's behavior. You're no longer caught in the cycle of conflict and emotional turmoil. Instead, you're focused on your own growth, your own happiness. You reclaim your life. The ultimate shift happens when you realize that the narcissist's actions have no power over you unless you give them that power. As Marcus Aurelius taught, the best revenge is to be unlike the one who wronged you. This means you no longer need to fight back, argue, or prove your worth to a narcissist. You simply live your life with dignity, strength, and calm, qualities they will never possess. When you practice indifference, you're not just protecting yourself from narcissistic manipulation, you're transforming your life. You're stepping into a place of inner strength and emotional freedom. The narcissist loses their hold on you, and you become the master of your own mind. This is where your freedom begins. So, let's recap these 13 strategies that empower you to dismantle a narcissist's control over your life. You'll learn to detach from their manipulation, set firm boundaries, cultivate indifference, and most importantly, prioritize your well-being. By focusing on your response and not their actions, you reclaim your power. Stoicism is about mastering yourself, not changing others. Narcissists will continue to act the way they do, but with these techniques, you will be untouchable. Remember, your peace of mind is in your hands, not theirs. Have you ever used Stoicism to handle a toxic person in your life? Share your experience in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on Stoic wisdom and personal growth. Let's grow the Stoic community and help each other find peace in a chaotic world. Stay strong and stay Stoic.